afternoon. Thank you once again for joining us on Nigeria YouTube. So do well to just follow us and drop your comment based on the topics that, or rather the topic that we're going to discuss. And you can as well drop whatever you feel is reading us. There's access to your living room. And thank you for choosing Equa Television International. I have my sister with me here, Joyce Jakada, ex-INEC to admit submitted a candidate weeks to poll. And then we have, I will reposition economy, improve security before leaving office. That's Buhari talking to bishops. And then you have new Naira note scarcity forces business to opt for e-payment. Then we have 2023 general election withhold as scheduled by INEC. What's your take?
Well, PP is waking up 43 days to the election, begging INEC to substitute like some candidates. And that will raise a lot of questions, though. But what is more important to us is what does the law say? And already there is an electoral act. What does it say? It should be adhered to. And for the bishops that visited Buhari, led by Bishop in his voice now, he has been assuring, he assured Nigerians from 2015 that one of the thing he's going to do to bring an end to is this issue of insecurity. And we saw in the papers yesterday how he said he has defeated Boko Haram. And this is like a language that we've been hearing from the military, and you keep asking, is it that the names changed, or is it that the issue of insecurity as in general has been halted, because we still have people being kidnapped, people being killed, and then is happening in different parts of the nation. So beyond Boko Haram, there are bandits. We keep hearing unknown gunmen. Have we been able to tackle all of this? Because whether we like it or not, they are all issues of insecurity. So beyond Boko Haram, there are other groups that we know are still existing, and they are still perpetrating all these evil acts. Can we also see it evidently with great potential? What we need is leaders who are determined to do the needful. So maybe what he's unable to do in 7 years, in the remaining months, he has plans already ruled out to do it. What we want is a better Nigeria. So we hope that we get that.
Yeah, we'll keep hoping, keep trusting, and keep believing, you know, that things will change. Like, you know, you rightly said, he keep assuring us that things will be better. He will fight this, he will fight that, you know, and then the you know,
the Minister of Information.
Minister of Information, and then the other guy that talked with Garba Shehu, I'm trying to remember his name, you know, just keep see, this is the scorecard, this is what APC have done so far, you know, and then, you know, they are saying with what they have done, turn the economy around, you know, fight the Boko Haram, they have been, you know, projecting out there that this is what APC has done so far. One thing to come on to show us what you have done on paper, and it is another thing. Listen, we are talking about Edo train kidnap, you know. Thank God 6 are being...
All of them are being rescued and then reunited to their families.
Yeah, and like you said, yeah, he's just counting months. Yeah, we are hoping that he can do miracle, you know, by changing things around. Yes, we borrow. It's not because we don't have. It's because we don't know how to manage it. That's why we keep borrowing, and now already we are topping the list, you know, people that borrow, you know, in the world, which is not telling well, you know, which will not tell well when you talk about our great grand Mr. President. Yes, he can turn the fortune of Nigeria around. He can write his name in gold by taking decisive step per election, you know, so that whoever wins, he will be glad to say, yes, I'm handing over to this person. I think if he does that, saying 93.4 million eligible, 93.4 million eligible to vote, assure eligibility. They are doubting if the election will hold. Yes, what do you expect then? You know, election cannot hold in a chaos situation. You know, when there is no people will not want to come out and then risk their life simply because they want to vote somebody that, you know, they are not even sure, because most people are not even sure of this who to vote this particular election, because we have come a long way. Politicians have dragged us and we pushed. So, but we believe that 2023 is a year that we will change in the narrative, you know, and that's why this program is doing everything possible to dish out information that are vital out there, that people it will help people to make a right decision on who. 93.4 million.
Well, if you ask me, this is like an improvement compared to what we saw in 2019.
Yeah.
Because as of 2019, we had about 84 million eligible, 93.4 million like voters are eligible to vote, and they are also assuring that this election is going to hold. You will recall that 2 days gave the warning at the validation of election security training resources in Abuja on Monday, saying that 2023 general election may be postponed. In Abuja, and then that generated a lot of reactions from Nigerians, from political parties. Budgeted, they were called, asked questions of possibility of ensuring that this election hold, and then they kept assuring Nigerians that yes, it was going to hold. Insecurity is not addressed, it might be postponed or even cancelled. Political parties came out to say it is, like the Labour Party said, it was anti-democratic, and they will continue to be in power. And for PDP, they said Nigerians are suffering compared to when they were in power. So a lot of groups, political groups, came out also to talk that one of the social workers came out to talk about the fact that Nigerians don't learn from past experiences. Even 2015, 2019 election was postponed. What was the reason? Yesterday, INEC chairman, talking about Professor Mahmood, came out to say that elections are going to be hold, like it will hold, and then there will be no postponement. I think a lot of Nigerians, their nerves will be down now. Please, won't people come out and exercise their rights? Won't the government shift power or transfer power? So a lot of questions were coming up. And then we're glad that yesterday, you know, while we're talking, we kept saying that INEC and the federal government, all stakeholders must put their hands together. Said that out of the 14 things that they have outlined to do, they have been able to achieve 11. And that's including the be actually ready. The remaining 3 things on their items that they need to do, they said they're already on it. So we are glad to hear that. And then talking about the number 93 million, like I said, is an addition to what we had in 2019. Complaints about underage people that died and all of that, and they said and then even some foreigners. So they said they removed about 53,000. That's people that are underage, people that have died and all of that. Of February as well as 11th of March. And then Lagos State is worried to know that Lagos have the highest number, as well as then Kano. Lagos have about 7 million, Kano about 6 million. And then other
Kaduna 4 million.
4 million, yes. And then they vow that this election will take place. So the voters register was actually presented to the political parties, and this is prepare their mind to. But what is more important for me, the take home for me here, is the fact that beyond these numbers, like I said, in 2019 we had about 84 million eligible voters, but only 50 million came out to vote. The president,
that's 2019.
2019, and the president who won with about 15 million. That's to show you the level of voter apathy. Even if I vote, it will not count. No, this is the time for you to come out and exercise your right. You didn't register to keep the card or to use it to open bank accounts or to show that you are actually, you know, I was seeing on social media how people were displaying their voters card. My mind, I was like, oh wow, good move. But what is more important, come 25th and 11 March, that's the time for you to show that yes, you are right. It's not just going to vote for anybody. You should be able, like, this is the time for you to start scrutinizing from all the campaigns that people have been talking. Were you taking all our problems into opportunity, or you're thinking of voting on the basis of nepotism, tribalism, ethnicity? Because for some people, they'll be celebrating now, oh, my zone has this and that. And then that means the person that is coming from my zone must win. No. When you look at most of these things, for somebody that at the end of the day, you'll be happy that I voted for credibility, for somebody who is responsible, somebody who at the end of the day is going to transform this nation. Or would you want to vote for some? Let's think and vote wisely. It is not time to fight. Let's stop the verbal violence. I was saying that we've been pointing hand at INEC, readiness of INEC. Are we ready? Our political gladiators ready? Are they involved in verbal violence? See how their spokespersons keep fighting day in, day out. Is election about fight or violence? Let's think of credibility. Let's think of Nigeria. Let's think of posterity. Like, I don't know if leaders are at all level take out time to think that when I finish my term, me or appointing me into certain position, let's do the needful.
Yeah. I think, you know, and then, like you said, you know, not looking at maybe this is the statistics and then probably that making you to feel like even if you go out, your vote would not count. I feel it is very important for all of us. Like, I watched one video, you know, somebody was saying, whoever you want to vote, let your children behave like them. I was like, it sounds funny, but there is a serious message in that statement. He said, like an act, like that person that you want to vote.
That's a strong message.
Yes. And I just felt, okay, all this while when people are saying this and that and that and that, look out for these, us, you know, whoever with your conscience, just go and buy whatever you want to see. However, how you want to see Nigeria in the next 8, 10 of who to vote. Because it is very, very key that we begin to think about patriotism. You know, are you patriotic to Nigeria or you are patriotic to your tribe? I think that's where we all got it wrong, and then we are where we are, because the issue of
inflation doesn't know tribe. It doesn't know ethnicity. It doesn't even know religion. When there's inflation, you go to the market, we buy at same price.
Same price.
So it is up to us to do the needful.
You see, when the North is saying the leadership should remain in the North because they are being given that right to rule Nigeria, and then you talk about issue, and then when you ask, and then you ask yourself, the leaders that we have that come from the North, you know, have them been fair to even the North in their areas of leadership? And then I ask myself, even when they are selling forms, 100 million, some party, some 50 million, I said, and said they have put such money in their own ward. I mean ward where they register as a party member. Imagine you putting 100 million in your ward. Then your ward will be something for people to just come and take a look.
We always talk about the fact that Nigerians, citizens, people should check their antecedents, their pedigrees, while they were that country, and he didn't do it. Do you think that it is now? It's just like you saying you had 1,000 naira, somebody is crying that you just need 100 naira to get something to eat. You didn't help the person. Of the people that are coming out, in one way or the other, they held one position or the other. Can you check what dress? Because some of these people, like you said, would you be proud that you're to bring any development to the state or to the nation or to even the immediate constituency is representing? I think beyond greediness, we are where we are. We have enough resources to take care of everybody's need. Even developed nations borrow. But when we borrow, what do we do with the borrow money and then put it into things that at the end of the day you have nothing to show for it? Gathering debt upon debt to the prospect, evaluate and just ask themselves if they are actually ready or not. And then it's whether they ask themselves or they don't, the ball ends at the court of the city bull. Who is that person that is going to stand for the nation and the citizens of Nigeria? This is somebody that you should think of.
I agree with you, Joyce. And then who do you think have the interests of the nation at heart? Like she rightly said, with your vote, because your vote is a special day vote no matter what. Protect that, deceive you that your zone is ability. I think that will go a lot.
Our viewers out there,